Thanks for joining me once again, JBM from Pulp Arcanum. Another vintage paperback haul, my first of 2022 here. Let's get into it. These are going to be filmed a little more informal than I'm usually used to doing my videos where I take pictures and we could zoom in on them. I'm just gonna handy cam it here, got it on a stand. So first up, Sweet Valley High. They made dozens of these, YA. This is Return of the Evil Twin, came out in December of 1995. They did another Christmas horror, at least a few. A Deadly Christmas. That one has like an outside view of a snowy house with halls decked outside of the house. Next is Miss Kimmy's Goosebumps book, The Girl Who Cried Monster, number 8. This is a common one. It's got the big guy eating the insects out of the jar. Purple cover, gorgeous. These next few books were all picked out of the children's book section, including this one, Gargoyles, Demona's Revenge from the 90s. It's a paperback, thin type. And then Teddy Ruxpin, 1985 Christmas one. I'm trying to avoid the glare here. It's a challenge with these different glossy book covers. Now this came with a stuffed animal, and obviously it's long been separated because it ended up in the children's book section. I love picking up any Christmas children's books. It's a hardcover, nice, a little dirty on the outside, but the pages are really clean. I'll open up a random one. They're on their sleigh ride right there. Beautiful 80s cartoonish. Choose Your Adventure book number 8, Deadwood City. Monsters and Fairy Tales. This is a really thick one, still soft cover, your typical style of a children's book. And it's from the 70s, and I loved it. It's very old-fashioned and folky. Look It Up and Down from 1992, Home Alone sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Behind-the-scenes picture book. And it's just about what you expect. There weren't no special features on VHS back then, so there was a market for things like this. A few really good finds that I found paired together in the children's book section of this thrift store was from September 2001. This is right when I was a teenage, got heavy into collecting different action figures and video games. So this is Ultimate Kids Guide. It's got on the cover The Hobbit and some wizardry. September 2001, right before the first movie came out, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, which came out in December 2001, if I'm not mistaken. And that hit off. Look at that. GameCube, Pokemon, Jedi Knights, Xbox, so early 2000s, if you were a teenager in that era. Beautiful, nice find. And this one right next to it, probably from the same kid's collection, a Game Pro. I had a few different of these. I didn't have a subscription for this. I had a subscription for PSM PlayStation Magazine. Real quick, a few StarCraft Prima official strategy guides. And lastly, the gem of this haul, Quest for Fire, which inspired the early 80s primitive caveman film with Ron Perlman. If you've never seen it, isn't many words uttered in it. It's a very moving piece, though. It's kind of hard to find. You don't see it on too many streaming services. Might be on one now, since streaming services are more pervasive. This is about a $25 book. First time I've come across it. And yeah, beautiful, from Ballantine. Forgot to check the Publication date looks like 81. Yeah, this was printed in February of 82, right after the movie became a quiet hit. And that's a wrap on episode 2. Lastly, I can't forget, this is from 1983. This was like a pamphlet that was mailed to this teacher. It's produced by the Halloween Celebration Committee in cooperation with the Toy Manufacturer of America, 1983. And it's got all sorts of, like, vintage Halloween activities to partake in, different ideas for the teacher. It's pretty rare. I couldn't find it. Doesn't mean it's not on eBay, but you have to imagine a lot of these were thrown out. But it's just gorgeous. I love it. It was in the children's book section, too. Someone might have it miscategorized as a pamphlet or something, but it pretty much was, because look at this. It was mailed to the Halloween Celebration Committee. Have a happy and safe Halloween. Mrs. Monahan in St. Joseph, Michigan.